Hello everybody, XROP here with another video. And today I have something that I did, I believe a year ago, One Piece character tier list. So that's one of my more popular videos. And well, the first time I did it, I was like I think I was just beginning the whole Cake Island arc. So, or I was at least halfway through it. It took me a while to get through it. But since I'm now through it and I'm now completely caught up with the anime, I'm even completely caught up with the manga, I decided to come back to this tier list and do it again. Now, granted, there are some characters that are just in the manga right now. Well, there aren't so many characters that are just in the manga right now, but that there are some characters, mainly Kaido's son, that is. Oh, sorry. I probably should have. If you're not caught up with the anime or you're not caught up with the manga, which granted, if you're not caught up with the manga, it should be fine. I don't think there are any characters that I can spoil for you on this list. Like I said, I don't see Kaido's son anywhere here. So that should be fine. But if you're not caught up with the anime, I'm not holding back on spoilers. So yeah. Anyway, uh, let's. And as usual, I will be ranking these up here, and I'll be putting them in order. The rest, they're all they're all going to be in their categories, but I'm not ranking the actual. I'm not actually putting the categories in order. So, now that we get that out of the way, let's get into it. Absalom. Eh, he's okay. I didn't really like any of the Thriller Bark characters, but he was at least the most okay. You know, I like them better than the other ones. Ace is. He's not top 10. He is, in my opinion, one of the more overrated characters in One Piece, but I do love the guy. Let's see, I'm gonna put him in great. If we had more, if we would have spent more time with him, a mate would have been amazing for sure. But right now, I'm going with great. But basically, think of him as one of the characters who's just kind of on the edge of it. So yeah, don't put him being right here as any detriment to him. I think his name's Aladdin. Everybody knows the genie's better. Wow, that sounded funnier in my head, and it wasn't even that funny there. I just, I took it. Pooh, he's good, Actually, I don't really like him that much. He's my least favorite of the worst generation. At least that I can think of right now. Evita, she's okay. You know, I don't necessarily think she's a bad character. I mean, she's a character who, whenever she's there, she does what she needs to do. In her first introduction, she just needed to be a character we didn't like that we wanted Luffy to punch. Mission accomplished. And well, I've got a lot of characters to go through, so I don't really have time for these. Arlong, yeah. Here's the thing. While making this video, I actually am watching the Arlong arc right now, and I've got it paused. So because I just wanted to, make a little video. So yeah, it's funny. But anyway, yeah. If this was a villains tier list, he would definitely be here for sure. But it's an overall characters tier list, and really, still to this day, none of the villains would make it in my top 10. Not even Crocodile or Katakuri. Or Kaido. I like Kaido a lot more than most people do. He's not a very popular character. Uh, what I really like Baby Five. I mean, she has such a quick. She's one of those characters with a backstory that's so quick, but still so impactful. I really enjoyed that about her. And like the plus, uh, overall, I wasn't a huge fan of Dressrosa. Doflamingo was awesome, but it had good other. What it did right, it did right. What it did wrong, it was pretty mediocre at. But one of the things it did right was gave us Baby Five, and some people might find her annoying. I personally don't. I find her constant need to be there for people to be actually a very tragic thing, especially when you get the short but perfect backstory. So yeah, I like Baby Five. I don't have time to go into that anymore. As far as characters that are there for purely comic relief, which I feel Buggy has a more important thing in the story than just comic relief. Sorry. But, as a comic relief character and purely comic relief character for now, he's probably the best. I hate her. Yeah, this hasn't changed. To be honest, as far as who's in the top 10, we'll find out later. Blackbeard. We haven't seen enough of him to be an amazing yet. But overall, as far as like who's had the most impact on the world, aside from Gold Roger, I would say it's probably him. Well, that's not true. There's also like Eamon's people like him, but other than the people who are actually at the top, but like who's currently making the most difference, it would be Blackbeard. He started the War of the Best, and that was just like that moved from Whitebeard's era to the new era. And now that we're in Wano and we're taking on Big Mom and Kaido, as soon as they're defeated, it's Luffy, Shanks, and Teach's era. So yeah, this guy's had the most impact on the story, and I think he'll continue to do so. Kuma is amazing for sure. Out of all the characters that I want to learn about, and with One Piece there's a lot, Kuma is one of them. It's just every single time this guy pops into the story, I have more and more questions about him that I want answered. Bartolomeo. Really? Other than Buggy, a guy who's put in the story purely for comic relief, and this guy, I personally believe, is put in there purely for comic relief. He might have some important things to do, but nothing that a non-comic relief character can't do. But for comic relief, yeah, he does pretty well. Capone Gang Beige. He's kind of like Ace. He's kind of on the edge of great to amazing. You know, if I like if I liked him anymore, then definitely be amazing. But with Capone, he's a serious, like, psychopathic mob boss, but at the same time, a very loving father who sometimes forgets to turn off the baby talk when he needs to have a serious conversation. That's funny. Anyway, Bellamy. Yep, because he's Bellamy. He's like there are a lot of characters in One Piece that have gone from bad to good, but I think he's one of the shining examples of like people who have done that. Can't really get into that. Plus, I'm not really good at character analyses, so yeah. What's her name? Bello Betty or something like that? No, something like that. She's okay, you know. She's good. You know, we just haven't seen. I'm sure once we explore this guy a little bit more, I'm gonna love him. But for now, nope. Beppo. I love animals. As far as minks go, it's either him or Nekomamushi who's my favorite. Yeah, Big Mom. A lot of people probably put her like right here, or maybe even like right here or something. I can't put Big Mom there because I like her psychology. Overall, she is really out of all the people in One Piece. Sure, she does. She probably kind of represents the whole villain is doing what they feel is right kind of thing. I never got that with Crocodile. Never got that with Doflamingo. I kind of got it from Arlong, sort of, but more like he's doing the right thing to better himself and his people, and more like this is the way life should be. Like in the Fishman Island flashback, I got more of that, more of the whole it's right for his people from Arlong. But as far as like a villain who actually believes what they're doing is right, and not just like the whole we're weaker, you're stronger. No, like she wants equality. The way she's going about it is completely wrong, and she does murder people like for little to no reason. But overall, her end game goal is probably the best example of that whole villain believes what they're doing is right. And I like that about Big Mom. She can be underwhelming, kind of annoying sometimes, so she is down to great. But overall, my favorite thing about a villain is when they actually have motives that they feel are justified, like Katakuri. And she exemplifies that pretty well. Out of we just don't know anything about her, enough about her to actually put her in great. But the thing is, the fact that we don't know much about her is really interesting. Is really what puts her above okay for me. To be honest, I'm tempted to put her at great, but really, it's the mystery surrounding this girl. When Aokiji's when not Aokiji, Akainu, however you pronounce it. I like Akainu, the son of Akainu better, so I'm just gonna go with that. Akainu said that when he heard she escaped, it sent a chill down his spine. That intrigued me because it's Akainu. This guy went up against Whitebeard like completely fearlessly. At least the first time. The second time, it was like it was at this moment he knew he moments when after he kills Ace. But overall, he's pretty fearless, not really afraid to go up against anybody. But the thought of her escaping scared him. Then somehow she escapes again, and then we see her in Marie Joie, pretending to be a princess, or maybe she actually is a queen or something. I don't know. Pretending to be a queen, yeah. And she sees Kuma's situation, and she gets angry about it, almost tearful. It's just like, what connections does this girl have out of all of the worst generation? She is the one I want to learn about the most. She's by far the most mysterious. This guy, I don't remember his name. I think he's the guy who told us about those bounties, though. Or is he? I don't know. Dory? Yeah, where's Groggy? I think this is done alphabetically. There we go. Yeah, love those guys. Rick. He's not bad. Good or great? Go good. He's probably my least favorite Straw Hat. Well, as a character, as a Straw Hat, my least favorite is Jinbei, but I like Jinbei as a character more than Brook. And I'm not judging based on who I like more as a Straw Hat. Judging based on who I like more as a character. Originally she's one of the ones that changed. Originally she was down here. And then we learn no, she was just trying to protect her family, and she's actually a pretty good character. I'm actually tempted to put her at great. Thing is, she didn't really do much, but the way that she was with Katakuri, and Katakuri was like, "I'm not perfect. I lay down every day and eat donuts and stuff." She's like, "I know. I've seen you through the walls, but I don't mind." And the thing is, she was what motivated Katakuri to become the man that he was for so long in order to protect his family when she got hurt. And he was like, I need to cover my face up because since the bullies aren't strong enough to pick on me, they'll pick on my family. So, in order to keep everybody safe, he adopted that persona and always masked his face. And she was the catalyst to that, and not in a boring type of way. She's a loving sister too. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, she's great. She's great. Um, find him kind of funny. Amy, she can annoy some people. Personally, for me, I'd say she's great. You know, can't really put her at amazing because she doesn't really do much. But overall, you know, I like Amy. I recently rewatched Saba Odi, and so yeah, hate him, hate her. Yeah, yep. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I like Carrot. Uh, because it's too long for him. I'm like, nah. Great, great. Again, like Ace and Capone, just kind of on the edge. That guy annoys me. So does he. Yep, don't like him. I do not care how much hate Chopper gets. It is complete. Well, I don't think people hate Chopper, but people just find him to be one of their least favorite Straw Hats. I don't care. I love Chopper, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna go back up here. He was up here last time. Don't expect him to not be up there again. See, Cobra. Cobra was a character we didn't get enough of, but I'd say he's still great. Not really like with his personality and stuff, but just like as a king, really more as a than just like a One Piece character. He's okay. I mean, well, good. He's at least good. But like since he's probably the best king, you know, I think I gotta bump him up a little bit to great. Cracker. Him versus Luffy, I think is probably the most underrated fight in One Piece. And the thing is, it gets overshadowed by Luffy versus Katakuri, and that's understandable. So Luffy versus Katakuri is like amazing, but the thing is, so is him and Luffy's fight. I mean, granted, I can't put him up to good because Cracker himself is, he's just he has a great fight with Luffy. That's about it. Oh, Krieg, hate him. Nah, I'm just gonna go. I really don't like this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna put him down there. Cricket, I believe his name is. I haven't seen Skype in a while. I haven't seen Jaya in a while. You know what? I always liked the guy. I'm gonna put him as good. You know, but definitely bordering that line. Yeah, I don't want to say where he stacks on my villains list, but he's definitely up there. The reason why I don't want to, the reason I don't want to say is because I might make a top 5 villains video eventually. Yep, in the short amount of time he had, he ended up being a really great character, especially since the shocking revelation of he was on Roger's crew. I love that. Girl, I think he's a pretty underrated villain. You know, definitely his plan's definitely more complicated than it needs to be, but I liked him. I thought he gave Luffy his best fight at the time. Definitely got overshadowed when he faced up against Stone Creek and Arlong, but you know, not at the time. He was like the actual first villain to give Luffy a good fight. So yeah, Dalton. I guess I gotta put him as great, as good. You know, I think he's a great person, but as a character, he's kind of boring. You know, but I'm definitely not gonna put him in okay or bad or anything. Because, like I said, he's a good person. If he's a good person, to me, that makes a good character. It doesn't make a great character, but it makes a good character. Yeah, I hate her. Bad. If he was a living person, I'd definitely put him there. But no, he is an anime character, so it's okay if I like him. Uh, is he's another one of those characters I think is a little overrated. And when a character gets a lot of love, that's fine. But if I feel they get more love than they deserve, it really hits the character for me. Like, if it wasn't for his backstory, I'd probably put him right here. But his backstory is pretty tragic. That's the whole mystery and the unpredictability of him. I love a good unpredictable villain. And out of all the villains, he's probably the one. It's most like I never know what's going to happen next. Now that's probably Crocodile because he's the most strategic. But yeah. Dragon is great. Why? Because reasons. Drake, the manga has definitely bumped him up for me. Put him in great. Can't really put him in amazing yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to change pretty soon. That ridiculously awesome punch. That's what put him in. Okay. Inaru or Enel, whichever one you like, goes in great. I was always amused by Inaru. Never really felt a dull moment with him. His arrogance was pretty. Did get on my nerves, but not necessarily in like a bad way, but more in like a I cannot wait to see Luffy beat the living crap out of this guy way. And that's what he did, you know? He gave us a hateable villain who was so cocky and just like, you know, we could not relate to his motives whatsoever. We thought his motives were stupid, but we understood his motives. He wanted to leave, and he wanted to destroy the place, not because he had anything against them. He just like, I'm God. I get to do whatever I want. And we don't really need, and I think one thing that would probably bump him up to like amazing would be like a backstory as to why he has such a God complex. But the reason why is because, well, he has one of the most overpowered devil fruits in the series. So yeah. Yeah. To be honest, he's probably my favorite of the flashback characters. Him or maybe Bellamere might be my favorite, but Fisher Tiger was absolutely phenomenal. One thing that I love about him is he hates humans. I don't love that he hates humans. Obviously, I hate that about him, but he hates humans. And he hates them so much he'd rather die than have their blood flowing through his veins. But the thing is, he puts that hatred aside because he knows it will be bad for the future. He tells his men, despite the fact that he was killed by humans, do not hate the humans like I do. And that is just absolutely amazing. I do know people with prejudices. You know, I'm from the Midwest. I know some homophobic people. I know racist people. But the ones that I know, or at least the ones that I consider close to me, they they know how to keep those prejudices to themselves and still respect people for who they are, even if they're a group of people they're against. Well, the homophobic ones aren't really against the gay people themselves. They're just not for the lifestyle. And I have nothing against gay people. You know, I don't have any problem with people being gay. I'm not racist or anything. You know, a person's life is their own life. I got how they live it, or what, or how much melanin they have. You know, it doesn't affect me at all. I've got no problem with any of that. Fisher Tiger does have a problem with what race you are, but he will put that aside because he knows that hatred will only put fuel to the flames, even if his hatred is justified. Which, granted, hating another group of people just because they're a group of people is, to me, never justified no matter what you go through. But with his situation, it's at least more understandable, you know? But he, even this spot, I'm going on this spot too long, but Fisher Tiger is amazing. He may be a bigot, but he's a bigot who knows it's wrong to be. and wants the future to be peaceful. Frankie, I just gotta put him like good. You know, he just, I don't know, the water 7 in Eddie's Lobby, Frankie. Okay, the Eddie's Lobby, Frankie, not the water 7 Frankie. He can go screw himself. But the Eddie's Lobby, Frankie, is without a doubt amazing. But ever since then, he's been so sidelined. And while I still think he's a good character, I think he's a good straw hat. I just don't like him that much. I like him a little more than Brooke, but that's about it. Fujitora. We've all seen Dressrosa. And aside from maybe Doflamingo, he's the best thing to happen during it. Actually, he was introduced during Jaya. So, no. Uh, he was the best thing to come out of Dressrosa. That guy annoys me. That guy's awesome. Yep. I realize that he's kind of a more divisive character, considering the fact that he just kind of stood by while his grandson got murdered. At the same time, it's just like he had a sense of responsibility to the Navy, and it conflicted with his responsibility as a grandfather. And that was actually like it was emotionally wrecking for me to see that. Like this, well, probably one of the most well-respected Marines in history, if not the most well-respected Marine in history, is on the platform crying his eyes out. You know, one of the strongest people in the world, probably even in his old age, probably one of the strongest people in One Piece. Of course, we don't know that for sure, but we know at least at one time he was. Is showing what some may consider a weakness, and I don't consider it a weakness, but the fact that he was losing his cool and he just could not keep his emotions in check. It just it hits you harder those situations when it's such a tough character who rarely shows any emotions, except anger. He shows that all the time. And well, he's a goof. Overall, he's tough as nails, but he just wasn't tough enough to keep it together in that moment. And his emotions are just so conflicting during the entire event. And yeah, Garp he's amazing. He is amazing. He is so close to being up here. So close. You just need to see him a little bit more often. This might be higher than he deserves, but yeah, that is higher than he deserves. Put him in great. But again, one of the characters that's just bordering that line. I thought he was one of the better of the Alabasta characters. I really like that guy. Overall, the Giants of the series have done pretty good, except for, a few Vice Admirals that got completely trashed during the Marineford War. Well, they got trashed by Whitebeard, so you can't really blame them. Oh, Hancock is without a doubt amazing. She's sexy, she's interesting, she's funny, especially with some of the filler that they put in the anime. See Toei just give Boa Hancock funny scenes of lusting over Luffy instead of thousands and thousands of reaction shots during the Marineford War. You think I might be bluffing when I say thousands? Probably, but if someone told me there was like 1,000, yeah, that might be bluffing, but overall, there are like probably 20 per episode. So what does that come up to? 640 or so? Since it's 32 episodes. So yeah, there were way too many reactions. But the Boa Hancock busting over Luffy thing, Those were funny, and while they were funny to the point of cringe and hard to watch, they were definitely better than watching a whole bunch of reaction shots. And she has a great backstory. And overall, I think she's developing as a character, not just around Luffy, but I think she's developing to be a better person overall. That Luffy's just influenced her and probably made her realize that some people will be accepting of her past. So yeah, Boa Hancock's amazing. Probably gonna be up here. Not gonna lie. Hawkins. I have mixed feelings on the guy. On the end, he's pretty interesting. On the other hand, I've never seen a more interesting yet boring character at the same time. So I'm just gonna put him in good. Amepo. I hate him. Okay, I don't hate him anymore. Now, if it was just the Romance Dawn arc, he'd definitely be right here. I'm gonna actually for this just him in the Romance Dawn arc. I put him right here, but he's gotten better. Bumped his way up to there. Yep, I'm just gonna drown a child. No, this guy wasn't. This guy tried to. This guy's amazing. No, not amazing. I'm gonna put him great. Put him great. You know, it was okay. To be honest, I'd like to see more of her. You know, see if she can, become a little bit better. A lot of people absolutely hate Odie Jones. For me, he's okay. You know, that his plan was kind of stupid, but you know, he's okay. Hate him. He's probably my favorite of his subordinates. Good or great? 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 He has some quirks at the beginning that makes him kind of funny. So, and then he develops into a more serious character, and yeah, I think he's great. He's a great character. Where are the rest of Sonny's brothers? I just wanna let's see. All of them are Radio. Okay, chances are. Okay, so this is taking too long, so I think I'm just gonna speed through a few of them. Remember, I was just talking about him as a Straw Hat being my least favorite. As a character, he's one of my favorites. He's okay. He's not really used a lot in the story. This might be controversial, but I want to go into more detail. But like I said, I'm trying to speed through them. I actually really like Kaido. He's not my overall favorite villain, but he's up there. I like the guy. He's a dangerous tyrant, but at the same time, he has a code of honor, and that's the kind of villain I really like. And hopefully, we see, get to learn more about his backstory and like why he wants to do what he wants to do. Like, this guy is good. This guy is, he's okay. Actually, I really like his designs. I'm gonna put him good. Katakuri, yeah. Now I'm actually long past through Luffy versus Katakuri. Amazing. Probably pretty close to the top 10. Not going to be on the top 10, but pretty close. Let's see. Eustace Kid is pretty great. I find him to be like kind of a. Actually, I'm going to put him up here. I find him to be more like a more violent Luffy. He's very ambitious and very protective of his crew. And at the same time impulsive, doesn't really think things through very well, and generally solves his problems by hitting them. And that's a lot like Luffy. The only thing is he's more aggressive and more violent. Anyway, Killer. he's like the one person I think can get away with trying to keep him in check. He says things to him that anyone else would get stabbed for saying. And I like that about him. I think he's great. Up first, like when we first met him, I probably actually would have put him like somewhere down here. No, he does not deserve to be down there. Get him on. Well, still funny. Funny has proven himself to be an awesome character, and he is still funny. Especially with like the mistakes he makes. Kizaru is he's probably my least favorite admiral. Actually, that's that one guy who we don't even know yet. It's because we don't even know him. But I actually bet. Yeah, I put him as good. Good. Like I don't hate Kizaru whatsoever. It's just my least favorite admiral. Let's see. Koala. So an adorable little girl to an adorable young woman. Or teenage girl. I don't know how old she is. Anyway. Gobi. Gobi's a pretty divisive character. Actually, I think a lot of people lean towards like not liking him even more. But to be honest, great or amazing, borderline. Definitely borderline. Probably even more borderline than I don't know, more borderline than Ace. More borderline than anybody else I've said besides Ace. Because I really like Kobe. Just don't have time to get into it. Why? I don't even remember. I don't know who he is, but I've only seen him once. It's pretty great. If she wasn't so abusive, she'd be higher. Aokiji. Now, he is. I gotta put Aokiji in amazing. I know some people don't like him, they find him boring. For me, like, his personality, yeah, kind of dull. But, thing is, this is another character. It's kind of like the same thing with Doflamingo. I can never tell what Aokiji's gonna do yet. Next. All I know is it's gonna be more noble than what he says. Which is weird because it's kind of ironic because he was a world noble. But he's more noble. At least I think he's allied with Blackbeard. So. Oh, wait, Blackbeard's. I was looking for Blackbeard's right underneath him. Okay, wrong choice of words. Anyway. So, yeah, but anyway, I gotta keep getting through. And Kiros is a pretty good character. Wu is great because I love animals. This guy, I know who he is. I cannot remember his name. She is good. This one's going to be controversial. And no. He's going in great. I can do a video on why I'm not a huge fan of, at least not as much as most other people are. He's the most popular character in One Piece, and I don't know. He's not one of my favorites. I like him though. Leo, I can't find him annoying, but at the same time, I find him kind of adorable. Let's see, that guy, he has an interesting design, and I like the minks, so I don't gotta put him in. I like his personality. Who's gonna go there? Rabalucci, the man who almost brought Luffy to his knees, is going into great. We're not going any higher because he just doesn't have any personality whatsoever. Really awesome fight. Boring guy. Good. Because we don't know anything about him. Oh, yeah, definitely, right, without a doubt. Yeah, like, I don't even get why I watch this series. I've always hated Luffy. Yes, psych. Like, I hate Luffy. There we go. Actually, hold on a second. Yep. Without a doubt. Good. Let's see. Yeah, she's cute. So, actually, she is pretty cute. So, but it is good. Marco Polo. Marco. Actually, do we know his full name? I don't think we know his full name yet. Imagine if his actual surname was actually like Polo or something. Polo Marco. It'd be funny. The guy, Venom is good. He can kind of annoy me sometimes, but I think he's a good character. Mihawk. Yeah, Mihawk's one of my favorites. He just is. Like, I just find the guy so cool. I can get into it later, though. This guy? No, I'm not gonna put him as great. I'm gonna put him as good. He's definitely one of the more borderline greater good characters, but for all, if he's barely in the story, but I like the guy. I don't really remember his name. This is probably the most improved character for me. I liked him less than I liked Kinemon when we first met Kinemon. But overall, Momonosuke, he's changed. He is growing up in such a short amount of time. Because think about it, as far as we readers, we've been reading the New World manga and watching New World anime for a long time now. But in the world of One Piece, it really hasn't been going on that long. Maybe like, what, 2 months or so? Maybe probably longer than that, but probably not by much. But Momonosuke, he's come a long way since then, and I love the little guy now. Let's see, Monet. Let's see, we don't have any of my favorites or any controversial picks coming up soon, so I think I might time lapse here. Okay, so now we are on to Name. And I'm gonna make sure to always make. Okay, let me gather my thoughts. Sorry, it's late. I'm always gonna make sure to show you guys where I place the Straw Hats when I place the Straw Hats. So I'll probably place Nami, and there's not a Straw Hat or any controversial character, any controversial picks, any for that until we get to, I believe, Robin. So I'll probably just put Nami there and somewhere, and then just time lapse to Robin. Nami, she goes in amazing. She's not one of my top 10, but she's not far from it. I love Nami. If she was nicer, she probably would be top 10. Okay, I know I said I was going to start when we got to Robin, but nah, I think I'm going to, because we got to focus on Rayleigh. He's like the biggest living legend in One Piece currently, except for maybe like the Emperors and, you know, Garp and Goku, whatever. Rayleigh's amazing. He is amazing. The reason why I wanted to focus on Rayleigh so much is, well, like I said, he's amazing, so obviously he goes up here. But here's the thing. Out of everybody here, the exception of maybe Fujitora, Rayleigh is without a doubt the closest to making his way up here. To be honest, he might be making his way up here. I don't know. All I know is anyone who's going to be up here, who I don't automatically put up there, is going to be pulled from here. It might be Rayleigh, might be Fujitora, might be Hancock. Okay, Hancock's probably going to be up there. Well, she was last time, but I don't really know. Nah, it's not going to be Katakuri, but he's pretty close. But yeah, it's going to be one of these three. It's going to be one of these three for now. There might be somebody else I add later. But anyway, Rebecca gets way too much hate. She is a good character. Rebecca has done nothing wrong. The only problem is, for the amount of time she gets on screen, she doesn't do much. Alright, actually, I don't think she does anything, period. But still, she's a good character. I mean, she's likable to me. She's not bratty. Sure, she cries every once in a while. Unlike Shirahoshi, though. But she gets like twice as... Sorry, I accidentally clicked something. She gets like twice as much hate as Shirahoshi. Which I get why, because Shirahoshi, towards the end of Fishman Island, kind of grows up a little bit. And actually, tries to save everybody. But overall, Rebecca, too much hate. She's not a great character. She's not a bad character. She's an okay character. All right, shut up with all the hate. It annoys me. Now, Robin. One guy actually gave me some hate for not putting her in amazing last time. And I'm also not going to today. Because she's one of my least favorite Straw Hats, even as a character. She's one of my least favorites. But while thing is, unlike Brooke and Frankie, I can say that I do love Robin. Yeah, I do love Robin. She's amazing, but she's definitely one of the lowest on this list when it comes to amazing. Like, obviously, I never put these things in order because that would increase the length of this video by way too much. But for now, I'm gonna put Robin here because the thing is, she barely gets amazing. I do love Robin. Like I said, I do love some characters. Yeah, I do love characters in great. Robin gets great. She's one of the higher ups of the great, but she gets great. Holy Roger. We got a little bit of time with him in the anime, and oh, there he is. Oh, that's where I put him. And what we got of him made him amazing. They have kind of a Luffy Zoro dynamic back in the day. Or actually more like a Luffy Sanji dynamic. Roger was very, quirky and ready for a fight, while Rayleigh was more level-headed, just kind of thought things through. Zoro can be more like that, but I think Sanji's the more like that. But Rayleigh is a swordsman, so yeah, I don't know. Zoro and Luffy and Sanji and Luffy's dynamics are fairly similar. There are differences, but overall, they're each the more level-headed to Luffy's impulsive. So anyway, there's another day. Thing is, I didn't even see the flashback. I saw bits and pieces of it, but I just want to get through Dressrosa, so I kind of skipped most of it. But just hearing about this guy makes me automatically put him here. And yes, above Robin and Law. Get over it. We've barely learned anything about him. At least we know he looks like Zoro. Sabo. I'm going to put him in great. If it wasn't for the whole stupid decision to give him amnesia or something, I just don't like the writing around him. I like the character. I should judge based on the character, not on the writing around him. Unfortunately, I can't get over the writing around him, so I'm not going to put him top 10, which, to be honest, I probably wouldn't anyway. But he doesn't get to go anywhere near the top 10. He is definitely the lower end of the amazing because of the writing around him. As a character himself, I love him. But other than that, this guy, put him in good. He was one of my favorites as far as the characters introduced in Dressrosa. That said, aside from a few here and there, one of them being, Baby Five, there weren't really that, of course, Fujitora. There weren't that many characters introduced in Dressrosa. I literally said it less than a minute ago. There weren't too many characters in Dressrosa that really caught my eye that well. Okay, he knew the guy who murdered Ace is pretty great. I'm telling you again, I'm not going to waste your time on getting into why. Sanji. He's amazing. Now, while Boa Hancock's thirstiness kind of bumps her up, Sanji's knocks him down because it's just used over and over and over and over and over again, like that whole Fishman Island thing with him actually needing to go to the hospital to get treatment because he lost so much blood from those perverted nosebleeds. That was so annoying. Yeah, sure, Boa Hancock is kind of overused in the anime, but at least it's not to the point of Sanji's. That just annoys me. But everything else about Sanji, amazing. Not too far away from my top 10. He's behind Fujitora, behind Rayleigh, behind Hancock, but not by much. That's just the guy that's Thatch. That's the guy, Teach killed. If it wasn't for the fact that I heard his name earlier today, watching a video about Blackbeard, I wouldn't even remember his name. I just know him as guy Blackbeard killed. Oda, you have a way with flashbacks. You give us some pretty good characters, borderline amazing characters, just to even outshine who the flashbacks were about. Again, I do love Robin. I just don't love her that much. Not as much as Soul. I love Soul. But anyway, Sengoku was, if he had more personality. Actually, I really like the character change of him and Dressrosa so that we saw in the New World. That he stepped down from that position and he doesn't have as much work on his things, much more laid back. I like that. I'm gonna keep it as great for now. Senor Pink. Wow. Oda took a guy who, the first few episodes we saw him, was probably my least favorite characters, period. And gave us this. Then, through the flashback, explained every single reason why everything that I don't like about him is the way it is. And I'm like, okay, this guy's great. Not amazing. The flashback is, but he's not. But he is great. Senor Pink's awesome. Yeah, bad. Did I put Bonet in bad? I didn't mean to do that. Definitely a borderline amazing. If we would see more of her, because as far as personality goes, she probably has one of my favorite personalities in One Piece. She just has this whole laid back, don't really care about anything, but still, very charming attitude. And I don't know, it's perfect. Shanks. So top 10 last time. And it is not going to change today. Just the mystery surrounding this guy. It's like every single time he pops up, he does something awesome. And then I just have even more questions about him than questions answered. Like, obviously, when he fought Whitebeard, we got the answer as to why he's so strong, because he was on Roger's crew and stuff. And we got answers as to how he got that scar, but we also needed to learn how in God's earth was he able to go toe to toe with this guy. And granted, I'm not saying that if, I'm not saying Shanks beat him in the fight or anything. I don't even think they fought that well. For all we know, they probably just clashed swords once and decided to withdraw. But if I would have gone on, even in his old age, I'm pretty sure Whitebeard would have won. Pretty sure. Shiryu. Another man for me just kind of shrouded in mystery. And granted, I'm going to put him as great, because he's definitely my favorite Blackbeard subordinates. Yeah. He has just this unstoppable bloodlust, and it's intriguing to me. I want to find out why. Shirahoshi. I'm guessing that, I believe that's Shirahoshi. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is. Shirahoshi is good. If it wasn't for the fact that she was constantly crying and screaming at the very beginning all the time, that annoyed me. Even Luffy said he didn't like her that much. Actually, I think Luffy said he didn't like her. And when was the last time we heard Luffy say he didn't like somebody? That was to Kobe. And that changed so quickly. Well, yeah, it also changed for Shirahoshi, but Luffy really doesn't like people. Rarely. Like, you have to be a bad person for him not to like you. So Shirahoshi was annoying. She got much better as the arc progressed. But overall, I don't really like her that much, but I think she's good. She's okay. Actually, I find him even more annoying than the other guy. So anyway, Smoker. got Smoker. Last time somebody commented, really, Smoker's in your top 10, but Law isn't? Yes, Smoker was in my top 10 last time. And guess what? He still is. I'm not going to go into why he's on here right now. I think I'll just kind of do a little video explaining my top 10 favorite characters, other than just like, give you guys examples sorry, explanations as to why right now. So I think I'll just go over it later. Smoothie doesn't do anything. Spandam, run hell. Sub, sup, sup, sup. Anyway, yeah, top 10. Doubt he's gonna leave it. I do not like that guy. Don't like him either. Virgo, I think he's a pretty underrated character. Definitely an underrated combatant. He's ridiculously strong, but I think he's good. I like him. Especially find it funny how he's constantly got food stuck to his face. You got such a serious character with a pretty cool design, and then he's just got food constantly stuck to his face. It's funny. Viola, gorgeous girl, who pretty much just takes the role of narrator. And yeah, pretty much I like her a little bit more than Rebecca, but not much. Vista, this is a character I also want to explore a little bit more. I feel like we're not going to, but granted, it is One Piece, you never really know what to expect. But the thing is, this guy can go toe to toe with Mihawk. Anyone who can do that, I think, deserves a little bit more time to shine. Vivi. Oh, look, another character who's automatically going into my top 10. I don't care what your feelings with Vivi are. I love Vivi. If it wasn't for Vivi, I probably wouldn't like Alabasta near as much as I do. The two aspects I love about Alabasta, Vivi and Crocodile. And yeah, that placement was just kind of ironic. It wasn't intentional. So yeah, do I like her more than Black Whitebeard? No, I do not. Do I like her more than Mihawk? Yes, I do. Do I like her more than Shanks? I don't know. I'll figure this out later. Anyway, just got one more row to do. Right now, is it okay? I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to like that guy more than I do. I just don't. I find him weird. And then, if the Grand Line Review sees this, he's probably gonna kill me. Yes, sir. He's a terrible father. I'd say he's an okay character, so we haven't explored him. Yonji's probably my least favorite of the brothers. This guy he's the one exception to an amazing character being the flashback character, but he's not an exception to them being great. Zeph. Ridiculously abusive, does not know how to take care of children. At the same time, there's just something about this guy that makes him amazing. Zoro. Like, if you all saw my last video, you know where he's gonna go. So let me say, his position may have changed, but his actual, like, area, like which row I put him in, it hasn't. It's not going to anytime soon. Zunisha completely laid the smackdown on Jack. So there you go. Okay, so we got everybody where they need to be. At least I assume it is. Don't know. As I'm saying this right now, it is now midnight at the time of recording this, so I don't care if everyone's in the right spot. Not. We just got to figure out the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all these people are staying. And let me rank them really quick. I like Zora more than Whitebeard, not by much, but I do like him more than Whitebeard. Who do I like more, Mihawk or I don't know. For some reason, I honestly can't put my finger as to why Usopp's been kind of losing me a little bit. You know, it might just be a temporary thing or something. I honestly don't know. But I don't love him as much as I used to. But I still think he's one of my top 10 favorite characters without doubt. It's Boa Hancock because my love for her has also been drifting a little bit. I can't imagine. I can't really understand why. I still love her. Death, but let's see. Mihawk. I just love the mystery surrounding this guy. I love his, it's probably one of my favorite designs in One Piece. And he's just really cool. Let's see. Okay, 8 right here. Oh, Chopper. Yeah. I got more than Usopp. Do I like him more than me? I guess I do. Do I like him more than Smoker? Probably not. I don't like him more than Shanks. I realize this is looking different than when I first made the video. And I'll have to decide between these two at the end. So yeah, the top. It's going to be Hancock. It's going to be Rayleigh. It's going to be Dora. Is it going to be what's her face? Absolutely not. You know, all 3 of them could just go either way. But like I said, I recently rewatched Saba Odi. I'm gonna go with Rayleigh. And that's literally like the only difference with my top 10 list. The only other difference is I'm not gonna put Luffy above Zoro. I'm not. If it wasn't for Zoro, I wouldn't be into One Piece. I just would have forgotten all about it. The only about it, but I'm not getting into that. Anyway, this is my top 10 list. This is how it's gonna be. And I guess it could kind of go either way for some characters. Like some are it's Luffy, that's my number one. Sometimes Zoro, that's my number one. And if I was to just get done rewatching Marineford, which with all the stupid reaction shots, I don't think I will be doing again. Yes, I'm aware of One Piece, but that has legal issues to it. Considering what I have to do to watch the videos, so I'm not gonna bother with that. But if I was just watch Marineford, Whitebeard probably go up front. He's not going to today. But even if it's alright, again, I don't care what your feelings are for. I love her. Shanks, awesome, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to confirm this being my top 10, but again, this last place, the top 10 could go to Fujitora or Hancock. Maybe, is there anybody else in here? No. Just that. Okay, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Click the notification bell click the bell icon, and so that way you can be alerted every single time I post a video, which for the millionth time I hope is more often, but to this point I'm just not even gonna promise myself. So yeah, thanks for watching, and adios.